Justin, it's going to take a little bit of time today. We're going to talk about 3 different categories, okay? I want to talk about GPS, talk a little bit about MP3 and Sansa, and then we'll wrap it up talking about some of the technology that's available on the Arcos. I know you know how to sell, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time about being customer friendly. You kind of got that part, okay? You know, the questions that you ask really apply to usage, how you're going to use it, where you're going to use it, what are you going to use it for. And once you kind of figure out all that stuff, then it becomes what benefit that this product offers. It kind of, you know, fits into that usage, okay? And so what we'll start off with, and you correct me if I'm wrong because some of this stuff you know as well as I do, I want to talk a little bit about the basics here on Garmin or Sony, it doesn't matter, on GPS, okay? Primarily a navigation device, okay? It is portable, okay? Your Sony product allows you the ability to be, I would guess most of us have ridden around with a friend where you've seen the GPS sitting in the center console and not getting a signal because the mounting device for the dashboard is kind of worn out, or it doesn't stick, or the mirror, it doesn't stick on the window, whatever. I can testify from personal experience that you can rip your windshield out or you can tear the material off your dashboard. With this one, they call it a super suction cup, but it really does work. It sounds really kind of stupid, but if you find out if the customer's going to really use it on their dash and they're not going to be portable, there's some real benefit to having a Sony over the Garmin.
Okay.
On the Garmin, what I do know is I know that, you know, Garmin allows you the ability with probably the world's greatest mapping system, okay? Gives you a lot of good points of interest, okay? Both products have good mapping, but this particular one's probably most known for points of interest. It gives you a lot of advantages. So if you're going to be portable or you're traveling to Europe or you're on the road, and then that's something that's, whether it's fuel stops, hotels, whatever it may be, those are all kind of cool things to have. Okay. And being small and portable is a big deal. It actually would fit right in your pocket. Okay. The other thing about Garmin is the Garmin does give you the text capability, which will tell you the name of the street as well as, you know, how far it is till you make your next turn or navigation change. You can change languages. Okay. You can do that in both of these. Okay. But the Garmin does allow you the ability to do that. It can be a photo viewer. Okay. It gives you a slot for photo viewing. So if you wanted to make this, if you have a camera or a camcorder that you record to a card, this allows you the ability to kind of play back or use it for that. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, SD.
Okay,
cool.
And on the Sony, we have the same deal, but it's Pro Duo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there an adapter for Pro Duo? I couldn't use any other standard card. I have to use a Sony card.
You have to use it.
So this one kind of is a standard format media versus proprietary. If I don't have a Sony camera, that really doesn't do a lot for me.
No,
okay. So that would be something would be pretty important. Okay. Some of the uniqueness about Sony, okay, I think that's pretty cool is on the 73 we don't have it, but on the 83, which is the $399 version, we have predictive mapping. Okay, if you lose your satellite connection, it assumes that you're heading in the same direction, and if you're heading in that same direction, it'll tell you what road to turn on. It just assumes until you do reconnect. On the Garmin, you'll hear the nice lady's voice come up, say recalculating, recalculating, which is kind of annoying. But those two, you know, those two products have some uniqueness as well. The split screen on the Sony's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, where it gives you, I guess, your actual 3D version of where you're headed versus it gives you your written directions on the same screen. Is that how that works?
It gives you a 2D view, and then it gives you a 3D view. So like a bird's eye view,
yep,
and then a 3D map. So it'll make sure that you don't exit the wrong exit.
So the benefit would be to me is what?
Not miss your turn. There's really, you know, I find that a lot of people with GPS will say when they're dealing with maybe an entry-level price point, sometimes this GPS gets me lost more than it helps me get to the right place. This device right here prevents that frustration.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of people like the gesture command on this one too, where I can draw an upside down V and it'll automatically take me home. So it's like a safe way to operate your GPS.
So you don't have to go through a lot of menu stuff.
And end up getting in a car accident or rear-ending.
And that's on the Sony, right?
Yeah, on both of the Sony models, it's got pre-programmed shapes. You draw like a circle or a square or an L, and it'll take you wherever you choose to tell that to take you. You'll program it in there, like maybe it's school or work, or Grandpa's house, and so whenever you want to go there, you draw the circle and take you to Grandpa's house. Safe navigation.
That's pretty slick. You
Yeah.
can't do that with Garmin?
No, Garmin doesn't have the.
Mine says home though, it does have a home.
Yeah, yeah.
button.
You usually have to go
Or
menu
your
though.
recent selections, but you do have to go through the menu.
Yeah.
Okay? Anything else you can think of that we'd want to make sure people knew about?
No, it's probably the main thing right there.
So if we had to pick, say, 4 or 5 things out of the things that we've discussed that we want to make sure everybody's aware of, okay, what would they be?
Well, on the Sony, I definitely talk about the predictive mapping. That's a big deal, especially if you drive under a tunnel or downtown
Like
Dallas.
if you're in New York?
Yeah, you're going to lose your satellite signal, so you're going to get lost. The other is we just talked about the gesture command for a safe navigational system. I love the super suction cup and the dual view, so I don't miss my turn. I think those are some big selling points of Sony. The Garmin is just so light, small, easy to operate, and I find that it finds the satellite quicker, so I'm ready to navigate.
Startup time.
Yeah, I don't have to sit there in my car and wait for 3 minutes before I'm ready to go. And it seems to always have the restaurants or the stores I'm looking for. So the mapping is definitely, they use the premium grade Navtech maps, and it shows. I mean, those are some of the main things. The Garmins are just built so simplistic and well. Anyone can pick up a Garmin and use it. The Sony has a little bit more of a learning curve, but it does have some really cool benefits to customers that they wouldn't get with any other product out there.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is some things that really, if you go into our stores, what I've found is you find, we do a really nice job displaying digital cameras and pricing and all the accessories and all the other stuff. But when you walk in our stores and you look at the lifestyle case, it's obvious that we're not comfortable with it because it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's not live. It doesn't have all the things bumping. It doesn't have the GPS hooked up live with the voice. I know people get tired of hearing that voice, but customers hear it. I've watched them walk by and I didn't even know you guys carried that, you know. So it does add a kind of a silent salesman kind of approach to the product, okay? So one of the things that I think is very critical is for us to have these products demonstrable so customers can use them, whether that's having music or having a preloaded movie on a card or something, so that the customer gets a real advantage. So we carry, SanDisk Sansa, okay, in 2 or 3 different shapes and sizes and versions, okay. And what I've found out here is what's interesting to me is there's a couple of unique things about one thing. I have one, and really the reason I have the red one, but really the reason I bought this, I also have an iPod, which is about 75% of population. And this is the second leading seller in the United States outside of iPod, is I'm able to go on a lot of different, more choices, I guess, for access to content, whether it's movies or whether it's music, whether, whatever I want to use, okay? Roxy, whatever, I can download things that I'm not able to do with my iPod, okay? And I think that's a pretty big advantage or benefit for a customer that's looking for one of these. So you're not stuck with some proprietary kind of thing, and that's important. But everybody's going to use it for different things. We sell, I think, up to what, 8 gig or 4 gig? And the thing on a 4 gig, we can put about 2 movies in. So, if you're taking a 2-hour flight or, going on a short trip, it does allow you the ability to play that video, okay? About 750 songs. It does give you expandability. You can expand it with the micro SD card, okay? So you can put more, depending on the size you get, you can put more movies or more music on that. Actually allows you to, I guess, have your onboard storage, and then as you add more songs, you can delete or take them on and off, okay?
Yeah, that's nice, because on the iPod 16 gig that I have, if I want more memory, I have to buy a new iPod. And this one,
I can just keep expanding it. So it kind of does save you from having to buy another product.
Yeah. Just the more you get into things, you don't think you need that much space, and then you always find out you always need a little bit more space. So that's kind of nice to be able to expand. Okay,
terrific. The other thing, reason I bought it, there's only one reason. This has an FM tuner on it. Okay, and I like to fish on the boat, and if the fishing is good, but the Cowboys are playing or something like that, it makes it difficult to fight watching the Cowboys or going fishing. So you're able to listen to the Cowboys game while you're fishing, and that's kind of the best of both worlds.
No,
at least for me. Most people think I'm crazy, but
I agree.
you know, I think that's a big benefit. So what else am I missing? I mean, is there anything else besides the FM capability, not having to be proprietary, not having to buy a new unit to expand the memory? I can do that with a memory card. I mean, it sounds great.
Yeah,
and the sound quality is just good. I can hook up, you know, the noise reduction headphones to this just as easy as I can the other one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that for the holidays, we're going to have some noise reduction headphones.
Okay.
So I think it's really important that everybody gets comfortable with this product. One of the things I'd like to see is everybody have this set up demonstrable and try me so that customers can actually hear it. If you have some music on it, so that they get the benefit of hearing it and knowing what's available, and knowing that it's a quality sound and it's not this is not a toy. It's a really nice piece of merchandise.
Well, with the built-in microphone on it to record voice, a lot of people carry their iPods with them everywhere. And I know so many times I think of something maybe I need to do, or something I didn't put on my grocery shopping list, and it'd be awesome to just grab my little Sansa and just record, don't forget.
So this is a hand recorder too?
Yeah, so, you don't forget, everyone's always forgetting stuff. Oh, I forgot to do this, forgot to do that. Or I wrote it on a Post-it note and lost it. That's your solution.
So if I'm really being customer friendly and I'm going to ask questions, I think when do you use it? How much do you put on it? Do you put, do you watch movies? Do you want to watch movies? What if you had an iPod? What did you like about it? What you didn't like about it? And really kind of identify those things that the customer's going to do from an application or usage standpoint, and then you can really hone in on whether or not it's expandability, whether it's not having to just use iTunes, whatever it is, or in your case to have the voice recorder, the FM tuner. It really is a good product. I just think we have to get familiar with it. If we get everybody familiar with it, we'll probably sell more.
If you just open them up, take them out of the box, and they've usually got a charge to them already. Most of these get close to 25 hours runtime, so once you charge it up, it'll last you for a long time before you have to charge it again. Get it out of the box, play with it, and it's really simple to use. And the menu system navigation.
Is there any difference in how I manage my files? Can I take songs that I've taken? Can I take an iPod song and put it on this?
It is all drag and drop. It's basically like a USB drive, a little thumb drive with headphones.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music and iTunes, if you bought it on iTunes, it's protected. But if it's just music you've imported in, put in CDs, ripped, you can click them and convert them to MP3s. And when you do that,
that's what I did. My daughter did it for me.
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question. Does it come with any kind of software with it? Because I don't know.
No.
It's just ready on board.
Yeah, it's just USB.
Has a connector. You hook it up and it's going.
Yeah, it's just like a thumb drive. When you plug it in, it
So I don't have to
installs
go through all of that, going through
No.
the vault of Apple to get to what I need to get to. I had to go
No.
through like
Oh, I know.
5 different setup programs, and then after a while now it stops popping up telling me that I didn't.
Yeah.
You haven't put that in there as your primary music thing, and it keeps just every time I turn my computer on.
People
finally
are getting
just kill it.
frustrated with iTunes, and that's why Sansa's selling quite a few pieces. But you look at it. The other thing with an iPod is if you ever want to plug it into a different computer, the only way to actually access your iPod, it's going to automatically delete all your files. So like my mom plugged in her iPod into my computer the other day to charge it.
Cleaned it.
And it wants to clean it, and it did. With this, you can plug it into anyone's computer. It's just like a thumb drive, so there's no proprietary restrictions either.
Perfect.
I really like that.
I think I'll take one.
Cool.
All right.
You need one in each color.
There you go. We have a $39 and a $99 version of it. And today on Rich TV, you can call in and order them. Oh, no. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about is Arcos. Okay. Another category that we don't do a great job with. It really is a very, very, very nice piece of merchandise.
Yeah.
What I know so far, what I've kind of learned is that we have entry-level products. 400 series, I guess, would be the 405. Okay, that is more of a player. Doesn't have a lot of onboard memory.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good for viewer. Okay, picture viewing, basic stuff. It does have SD slot compatible or expansion, so you can record and put stuff on the slot expansion. Okay, for movies or music, but it doesn't give you a lot of that real, what I would call multimedia capability to get you into recording from the TV or putting movies on it or long video clips or your favorite TV show or whatever it is if you travel.
Yeah.
Okay. So media viewer, SD expandable. You can go directly to these products from the card from your camera for viewing capability. They really have some really nice LCD high quality screens in them, so the picture quality is pretty good. Okay. On the mid-level products, I guess would be the 604 and the 605. They start becoming Wi-Fi enabled. Okay. You can view YouTube. Okay. You can do email. Okay. So you can actually access the internet. Read. Can you send an email?
Yeah, well, it's got an Opera browser, which is like Firefox or Internet Explorer,
Okay.
and so you'd go to gmail.com and log into your account, send emails, whatever you want. It will read PDF, so if you get a PDF document in your email, you can view it.
So for the business person, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be a lot better than looking at a little bitty
your phone.
yeah.
Well, and then like when people travel and they're in the hotels, they still want to be able to access the internet, whether for social or business. You access the internet through this, and you've got full email and web control.
In the airports too?
Yeah, airports, wherever you can get a Wi-Fi signal.
Coffee shops.
Starbucks.
Pretty cool. And it's got a lot bigger screen. It's really kind of neat. Okay?
Yeah.
I guess as we go up to kind of the 704 kind of, your what I guess we'll call premium, it becomes bigger hard drives. I think you can get this. You can get the 604 or 605 in a 30 gig. Right?
The 604 comes in a 30 gig. The 605 is 4 gig. So difference in price is about $100, $199 versus $299.
So if I'm at the entry level, I'm paying $149.
Right.
I'm just getting a kind of a viewer, basic setup, smaller screen, no wireless capability, no internet capability. I do have SD expandability, but not a whole lot of onboard memory, not a whole lot of.
No.
Okay, so and then I go to the next price. I guess I'm at what, $249?
$199 will get you into the 605, but again, only 4 gig space, but it's expandable, but it does have all the Wi-Fi. So,
Okay.
it's a pretty nice piece. The 604 though, at 30 gig.
So if I'm a
$299.
consumer though, and I'm paying, if I'm going from $199 up, what do I get the big one for?
Well, the big one is not only obviously the larger screen, but it's got the 80 gig hard drive.
And how
in
much
it.
more is that? $100?
It's $369, so it's about $170 difference.
So if I went with a high capacity, high speed, high capacity card, how much am I going to spend? $199?
When you get up into the 32 gig, they're I think $600.
So
You'd
it would be
go
smarter to do this than try to expand it with memory cards.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
So there's a savings. Really, you can pay you now or pay you later, because if you wind up using the intermediate size or the kind of the mid-level tier as a multimedia device, you're going to wind up spending a lot of money on memory.
And you need memory because the video, the music is one thing, but the video is what takes up usually about 2 gig per movie.
But this version does come with this medium level. I can get it 30 gig, right?
Yeah, it's $299
Yeah.
for the Arcos 604, and 30 gigs pretty good. If you don't want something,
I could probably get about 10 or 15 movies on that.
Oh yeah, you could keep yourself busy for a while.
Okay. All right. And the wireless capability we talked about, TVs. I can record from the 700 series directly from the television, right?
You will need the DVR docking station for either unit. Actually, all units will work with the DVR docking station, but you'd plug this into your TV and you'd pop this on here, and then there's a record TV mode. You can record the TV like a DVR, your TiVo. So you just need to make sure that you purchase this additionally.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking about this. What I see is you really got what I would call the music movie customer.
Right.
Okay. And then you kind of step up to your next customer, which would be more of a business traveler, somebody that's looking for both entertainment and, the ability to do some work on it. Okay. So you're more professional.
Yeah.
So if you're a traveling professional, a doctor, attorney, okay, someone that's, retired and travels a lot, okay, stays in hotels quite a bit, executives, whatever the case. Really, that wireless and storage and then memory serves a big benefit.
Yeah, I
okay?
think you'd want to definitely go with that.
But if you're kind of like you know, if you're only interested in the video and the playback the movie, that 30 gig, it still gives you the ability to do a lot. So, you know, you're going to go from $200 to, or $299 to $369.
Right.
So you're really only paying 70 bucks
That's it.
to get here. I mean, this should be the product that you say. You're either buying a viewer, or you're buying this, or you're buying the $299 version.
Yeah, I definitely look at this 705.
Okay. All right. Anything you think we've missed here?
Probably just quickly to talk about the Arcos TV unit,
Okay.
which many stores have, some don't, but it's in the catalog. But it's a device that allows you to wirelessly connect to your TV. So you plug it into your TV HDMI. You've got the internet capability, so you can watch YouTube videos. It also networks with your computer, so wirelessly I can show you on my big screen TV all my pictures, my video, and my music. Streaming
Or your
wirelessly.
friends when you're at
Yeah.
family or whatever?
Yeah, when they come over, I don't have to pull out my computer or laptop. I can just pull up my pictures or my video directly from my TV. And it's a really nice device because it also has the 80 gig hard drive built in, so it's also a DVR, so I can record my favorite shows.
And transfer it.
Yeah, and transfer it over to my computer, just like that. So it's just
The same, kind of the same thing that Apple has, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just not proprietary like Apple. So you can go on and watch movies, or if you missed your favorite TV show that ABC had on yesterday, the next day they usually allow you to watch it for free streaming online, so you can just watch it on your big screen.
So if I have the Apple version, I'm only capable of doing putting Apple things from Apple
iTunes.
to iTunes.
Yeah,
So I can access any TV show or anything I want.
absolutely.
Just make sure the FBI doesn't get me.
That's right, that's right.
Very good.
That's a cool device.
Yep. All right, so we've kind of talked our way through 3 categories here, all of which really boil down to, you know, it really is no different approach. On the prior videos, we've talked about, you know, asking, you know, introduction, name exchange, all those things, which are still a part of this. You still have to go through that, being prepared, okay, asking those questions to determine need. But we've done a pretty thorough job of taking you through what some of the benefits are and how you can talk about some of this product and be an expert in 20 or 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, once you get it down, it's all of them are really easy to use. So. One thing I like about the GPS is a store like this, we get a lot of people coming in asking if we know where a certain shop is, and you know, instead of telling them, we can just grab the GPS, go outside and find it, and hit go, and it'll map out the directions, and then I can ask them, do you want me to write this down for you, or
Do we want to buy the
do
GPS?
you want to take a new GPS?
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
So
right.
that's always a nice device.
So
to use.
if we kind of spend the time, get ourselves comfortable with the merchandise, practice the customer-friendly selling, and get our displays current and active and working, then these categories ought to be successful for
Oh, yeah.
the holidays.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks a lot.